Opponent is counting. They'll put, what, Agnosaur Rex? Math is for blockers. Hello, beautiful people. I am Supreme Verdicts, a practicing attorney by day and a magic strategist by night. After a long day working on the rule of law, I come home to master the laws of magic. In this video, we are playing yet another Aetherdrift draft, trying to up our collection count a little bit. See what we've got here. We have Agnosaur Rex. This is a crazy card. Green in general is pretty good. 5 mana for an 8/8 trample, which to trample is key here. But it also has a cycling cost, for 3 and a green. And when we cycle it, put 2 on counters, gets trample and indestructible. It's pretty incredible. This is a huge bomb. Definitely a pull into green. Green is already a strong color. Green doesn't have a lot of other great cards in this pack, although these are both playable. Stock Up, also really good. We saw Skystreak Engineer is just a nice common. This Boros card is pretty strong, although Boros is fine. Black card's okay. Spin Out's great though. Pact Altair is great. Night Market's also fantastic. We'll go ahead and pick Agnosaur Rex. It is the strongest card in this pack by far. Got my coffee with me, as you can see here. Just some cozy morning magic. Wow. Do we ditch green now? We have Far Fortune Endorsed. This is easily the best card in the pack. 4 mana, 4/5, start your engines. When you attack, it deals any creature, not Far Fortune. Deals 1 damage to each opponent, and at max speed, sources you control that deal damage to an opponent, or permanent, deal that much +1. This includes your creatures dealing combat damage. It gives them all +1 boost. Although specifically to your opponents and their creatures. Well, yeah, permanents, it says that. Broadside Barrage here is also great. Calaxion's fine. Molt Tender's a good card. Nesting Bot can be good in the right deck. Ride's End is great. Migrating Tetradon's great. Pact Altair. This is a strong pack overall. The strongest card by far is Far Fortune Endorsed, so we're going to go ahead and pick it here. I'm not just rare drafting, I swear. We're going to stay open. We'll see what we can get. Notably, there are a couple of stronger green cards here to pair with our good one, which is nice. And there is those black cards from that first pack that would be wonderful if they wheeled. Alright, another 2-color card. Cloudspire Captain is okay. Mountain Vehicles +1 does make a difference in this format, but you're just not playing too many good ones unless you've already picked up some good ones. It's a little bit more of a payoff card. We're not sure about our colors yet, so we're going to leave the verges on the side. Momentum Breaker is a fantastic card in constructed formats. In limited, it's okay. It's good early. It's good early. It kills their first creature. It takes out of their hand a card, but late in the game, they can just sack a Thopter or something that's been locked down. It's not as strong. That being said, Sky Serpent Seeker is fantastic. We have Siphon Fuel here is fine. Thopterist, Bounce Off, okay. Lagak, some okay blue cards, and again, okay black card, but we'll stay, I don't know if it's open to be picking 2-color cards, but you know, we'll do our best here. Scrounging Skyray is very good in the right deck. Otherwise, here are some middling cards, with Pact Altair probably being the strongest one. Tarian's good. It's just big, though. Now, Tarian plus our Trampling Trick is fantastic. I guess part of the question here is we've seen some really good black cards going around, which make me want to take the Pact Altair in the event that we end up in this kind of Rakdos aggressive deck. Although, the green cards in this set are so powerful. And we haven't played with Tarian yet. We've only gotten... actually, that was a game offline where I just got my butt handed to me with Tarian. All I had were bounce spells, and the opponent just kept replaying it, and I could barely buy myself enough turns. Best card in this pack is going to be Glory Heath Lynx, with Nimble Thopterist and Flood the Engine as seconds. Although it's not close by any means. Glory Heath Lynx is by far the strongest card in the pack, so we'll go ahead and grab that. There is a chance that we come to regret it, but again, we want to stay open for these first few picks. We're not sure what's going to come back, and statistics show. You can watch this. Sirkovitz does a whole podcast episode of it. He has a YouTube video on it. He goes on to limited sources to talk about this. The stats show you have to pick the best cards. If you play the best or second best card from each of your packs, you will have a significantly higher percentage win rate than if you just stick with your color. So we're going to go ahead and try that. Guidelight Synergist, best card in the pack, easily. With Kickoff Celebration Synergy, Trade the Helm Synergy, but this one's fantastic actually. Really good in the Azorius Artifacts deck. When it comes together, 4 mana, 0/4 flyer, plus 1/0 for each artifact. So it's a 1/4 to start with, because it counts itself, and it can just balloon from there. Yeah, a fun little call out in the Channel Fireball rankings that I know aren't on the screen, but the Cephalopod Sentry from Phyrexia All Will Be One, very similar card. This is very powerful. We'll go ahead and grab that. Okay, things are drying up a little bit now. The Nimble Thopterist, I think, is going to be better overall than the Lotsguard Disciple. It's a little closer than it looks. Risky Shortcut, too, can be fairly strong, all in all, in the right deck. I think, though, if we are going with our green cards, our white cards are good if we just end up in white-green. I just prefer blue-white, or green-white, green-blue, excuse me. I prefer the blue cards in the set to the white cards in the set. But there's certainly an argument for Lotsguard Disciple. That being said, our white-green, I think, is still stronger without the Lotsguard. Here's an opportunity where we're going to go ahead and grab Night Market. Thornwood Falls here is also a consideration, but we're still not sure what our colors are. We haven't seen very much of the black-red, but we're going to hope to see stuff on the wheel. Next pack, we'll see if that spin-out survived. Doubtful, but there is a chance. And that'll be a bigger indicator of what we should be drafting into. Thornwood Falls is also a consideration, but again, we're not entirely sure. As much as I like the green-blue decks. Alright, from our beginning pack, the green cards did manage to wheel. Interesting. So does another Night Market, which I'm tempted to take. I'm really tempted to take that, especially because we're not 100% sure. Because I like Skystreak Engineer, I just don't know if we're blue quite yet. It's kind of looking like we're going to be green-white based on these cards. Which, if we are green-white, well, too late now. Galaxion also made the wheel, which is not bad, and so did Nesting Bot. I don't think we're going to be playing Galaxion. But there's a chance for blue-white? No, there's really not. Well, if anything, white aggressive is a higher likelihood. I know things look a little bit messy now, but we're figuring things out. That's a really late bounce off, which is pretty great. Swiftwing Assailant is fine. It's, I mean, 4 mana, 3/3 flyer, it's whatever. It's nothing you're particularly happy to play. You know what? I'm going to speculate on blue a little bit. I think. Or maybe we just go for green. Green-white. Caradora, Heart of Alacria is a bomb. Yeah, 4 mana, 4/2. When it enters, you may search your library for a mount or vehicle, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. If one or more 1/1 counters, put that many +1. Do we have any mounts or vehicles yet? We have 1 mount, and that's it. Other considerations here is the Voyager Quick Welder. Artifact spell cost 1 less to cast is really good in the blue-white deck. But we do have a Stampeding Scurryfoot in this deck set pack as well. And then, again, some not strong, but playable blue cards in Keen Buccaneer and Flood the Engine. I'm not too high on Pit Automaton. I'm ready to be, like, convinced otherwise, but yeah, and even Locust Spray, it feels fine. The cycling, I'm sure, is more powerful than I'm giving it credit to. I just don't know how good it is. I don't think we're playing Far Fortune End Boss at this point, and I don't think our Thopterists are going to be particularly good. Wow, here we go. Rewarded. We'll pick up this Perilous Snare. This not only has 1/1 counter synergies with Caradora, but it's also just an incredible card. It's 3 mana, Oblivion Ring or Banishing Light, except on an artifact, starts your engines, and then once you have reached max speed, you can use it to put 1/1 counters. So I think we're definitely going to pick up this white card. It is the best card in this pack. It's removal, and it grows our creatures, which is unbeatable, but Loot looks so sad. Poor Loot. I have a Loot deck. He looks so sad. I would never put this in it. Poor baby. Other considerations, Sundial is just a fine card, Ride's End is fantastic and we would love to pick that up on the way back, although Broadcast Rambler we would not be too sad about playing. Notably no good green cards in the pack, although good black and good blue. Pride of the Road I think is fine. I don't know. Pride of the Road I think it looks good, especially if we do hit max speed, but everything I keep seeing and hearing is how bad it is, how medium it is, just how it's not worth it. Collision Course, though, is a fine pickup. This is an okay removal spell, destroy target artifact, deal some damage to stuff. Stampeding Scurryfoot, also very good. I think here we'll rather the Collision Course over this. Notably, the blue card and the red card, both very solid. Certainly is a blue deck that seems to be open in some capacity. And we're not seeing a lot of green cards. Always a chance that we end up splashing Caradora and kind of moving back into another color. There's another Pride of the Road. I guess we had a good pick, but Migrating Ketrodon is just so good. Is it better? Spikeshell Harrier, notably, probably the best card in the pack. Are we blue-white? I think we go with it. Spikeshell Harrier is by far the best card. It's only pick 4, but pick 4 Spikeshell Harrier? That's really good. Let's do it. Let's stay a little open, because we don't want this Disciple. Dredger's Insight's fine if we're playing green, but it's not good in this green deck. Roadside Blowout, though, is a good card. These drafts are complicated, man. They're not easy. The Signpost and Commons, maybe it's because we took so many of them so early, but the Signpost and Commons have been something. Yeah, I don't like the white card and I don't like the green card in this pack. Let's go ahead and take the blue card. We still have a couple more picks. That's a really good card, and it's late. Here I am thinking of switching over to white-blue. There is a lot of fixing in this format. There's a chance we're able to just kind of have our cake and eat it too. We have 2 night markets. Alright, let's get in the tank here a little bit. Bounce Off is good, but I think if we're going to go for this kind of messy deck, it's better to start getting fixing. We have a Memory Guardian with how many artifacts currently? 4. If we do go white-blue, it's very strong. If we go green-blue, we're going to want the Keen Buccaneer. Green-blue splashing for the white card, splashing for Perilous Snare and Caradora. Yeah, I think that's going to be the plan, in which case we're going to want Keen Buccaneer over the Memory Guardian. Flood the Engine is a fine pickup for that. Yeah, we'll splash Perilous Snare, but these two are not as good. Okay, I think we figured it out. These drafts are insane. Is Caradora even good anymore? Do we have a single mount or vehicle card? We might pick up of one or the other. There's our vehicle that we were hoping would wheel. At this point, I think we're going to want Thopterist over the Trip Up. Right, we have Bounce Off, Flood the Engine, Perilous Snare, Spikeshell Harrier. So let's grab another Thopterist. We want to maintain pressure. Another base blue kind of silly deck. Midnight Mangler is a vehicle for Caradora, as well as just a really good early 2-drop. Another Nimble Thopterist. We'll go ahead and grab. Just in general, this type of card is fantastic, where it's 4 mana and it's 2 bodies. It's been significantly stronger in its other sets, though. Nimble Thopterist is one of the weaker variants of it, but you know, we're doing our best. There's that Apocalypse Runner if we want to throw back in Fury, Far Fortune. But we're going to pick up this Autarch Mammoth. This is a great card. It's a crazy draft. Is it better here to grab the Runover? I don't think so. I think it's good to have this kind of top end in our green decks. It's important to have. although we should look for more removal going forward. Our game plan is a little weak, but we're still light on playables, so I'd rather stick with a creature count, build that up a bit. Notably, this is also a mount for Caradora. And we're still looking for more fixing too, if we can, just to make our lives a little easier. Wow! Wow, can we do it? Can we do it? Grab this, get the Veloheart bike on the wheel? Oh, high risk, high reward. I mean, what else are we gonna grab in this pack, right? We could get the Cloudspire Captain, but it's... Or, sorry, we're not even white. We could get the Glitch Ghost Surveyor or the Veloheart bike. Neither one of those is good. If we are in the correct lane of blue-green, ideally both of these should wheel to us, because this is only pick 2. I think this is worth a speculation. I think we're gonna take this. Okay, maybe we're supposed to be blue-white. Here's another Sky Serpent Seeker. This can also be helpful. Notably no removal, or some removal. Man, these drafts. What switched me back to green? It was the Caradora and then the Seat of Varma that pulled me back into green. Was that a mistake? Just for the future. Not for right now. I'm not changing at this point. I want to have a functional deck more than anything. Even if I'm doing double white splashes like a madman. But that's what had pulled me. We did see good blue-white artifacts. We knew it was somewhat open. Oh man. Skystreak Engineer, Hazard of the Dunes, Autarch Mammoth, Runover. But I need to take the Runover here. It's really good with our Sky Serpent Seekers. It's really good. We should get more removal as time goes on. We're also on the lookout still for additional fixing. We saw another Runover earlier. We're going to hope that wheels and that we're in the right lane. Venom Sac Lagak is another good just kind of blocker. Starting Column can help us out. I think Night Market might... God, 3 Night Markets and a Tranquil Cove? Is that too much? We have artifact synergies otherwise. Is the Venom Sac Lagak better? Or the Keen Buccaneer? Go for Keen Buccaneer. Beast oh, there we go. We have another bit of fixing. Midnight Manglers, good too. I think we're going to take the fixing and just hope that on the wheel we can pick up one of these two. I know it's not a great odds, but we're going to really try. Bounce off and starting column. Let's go for Ranger's Refueler. See, this is a late Ranger's Refueler. Pick 7. 2 mana 3/3 vehicle. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, draw a card. We're in the right colors. Blue-green is open, Sky Serpent Seeker, and this. It looks as if blue-white, though, is also open, and that's where some of the confusion is coming from, which is great for us because it means we're going to get some of these good cards late. Boom Scholar? Wow, I guess no one's playing that deck. Do we splash that? Thread? Nah, I don't think it's worth it. We're already playing messily. I don't need everyone to yell at me. Bounce off is going to be great. That can buy us a little bit more time to get the right colors online. Is this a crazy pick? Or is Aether Jacket better? We are mana intensive. But we're also fairly aggressive. I think Aether Jacket is better for us. Shoot. Wasn't this pack supposed to wheel something? I think so. Oh well. Sad. Maybe Camera Launcher was the right pick up there. That's okay. Okay, here we go. Skystreak Engineer is going to be probably better than Kaelorna. I like Kaelorna a lot. She's just so big. But I think we're going to do better in the air. Nice. That starting column actually might make the deck, so I'm not sad that we picked one of those up. We did not get any of the runovers. That's what we're looking for. Unfortunate. We did get the Midnight Mangler, though. Which is just fine early blocker situation. Okay. Let's look at this mess. We're at 25 cards. We have enough creatures. We have 8 artifacts. What do we need in this deck? We have some early plays. We've got some exhaust capabilities, although they're not incredible. And then we get to our late game, which is just big monsters. Winning monsters, ideally. Removal. Let's see. Terms we don't have a single bite effect to go with our Death Touchers. That is unfortunate. Flood the Engine, Roadside Blowout, Perilous Snare, 2 bounce offs. That's okay. It's not ideal, but it's okay. We need to cut 2 cards. What does this do again? It's a pump effect. Maybe this isn't good. Destroy another target artifact. This bounces a permanent. This locks down anything. No, creatures and vehicles. That's also creatures and vehicles. Do we have too many do-nothing cards? I don't think so. God, this Riptide GEARHULK is just bonkers. But also, is this playable? It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Caradora can go ahead and fetch us how many vehicles? We have 3 vehicles, and we have 2 mounts. She doesn't synergize at all with the 1/1 counters, but it's 4 mana, draw a card. That's decent. Nimble Thopterist, I feel like, is a little bit worse. We have Crew 2 and Crew 2, which this can crew, but again, the 1/1s just don't do much. Is Aether Jacket worth keeping to be able to destroy another artifact? And is starting column necessary for fixing? These are the 2 considerations that we have to think about here. Where are the lands? Oh, it's because I have creatures searched. Okay, if we do it like this, we have 1, 2, 3 white sources. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think starting column needs to stay, which makes me a little bit more inclined to cut a Midnight Mangler and the Aether Jacket. And now if we suggest lands, it still says to have 2 planes. I think we can get away with just 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 sources of white. And then 6, 7, 8, 9 sources of green. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sources of blue. Or blue and green. Okay, no, we have more green. It's just that we have double green pips. And triple green pips. Ugh. We have 9 sources of blue. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 6, 7, 8, 9 green. Okay, 9, 9. It's a shame. I'd love to have 10 of blue and green. It's just, we can't if we're going to be splashing white. I think our white splashes are pretty strong. Did this not... Am I missing a card here? 5, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, we're missing land because I cut a plains. That's right. 1, 2. Okay, I guess we add in 1 more plains. Try to be able to hit the Perilous Snare. It's a little messy. We're gonna have to get a little lucky. Preliminary verdict for the draft and for this deck. I think we were right in the right areas. I think green was a little less open than we had thought. Blue, again, wide open. I swear to God, I'm just going to be drafting mono blue decks going forward. The blue-white deck was certainly open at a certain point. Bonkers card. And maybe that should have been the pivot that we made, but we were distracted by the mythic, or by the rare. So good to note going forward. Don't get distracted by rares, unless they're truly, truly incredible and worth going into. Then again, this rare is what distracted us and made us decide, oh, maybe white is viable. I don't know. I think the deck's okay though. We're going to need to get a little bit lucky with our mana sources into getting to the late game, but we have some good early blockers and we have some good early removal. These bounce offs are going to save our lives. These death touchers are going to stop so many people from being able to come and get us. I don't know if the starting column is necessary. I think we will find out. And in that case, all that's left is to find out. Court's now in session. Alright, game 1. On the bright side with this deck, we have some ridiculously good card quality. As long as we're able to make it to the late game, look at this. Some of these cards are absolutely absurd and can be so strong. As long as we draw one land, we should be good. Because once Keen Buccaneer is out, we can use it to loot and get some more lands. I think we're going to go ahead and start on our green source, just in case. I don't know. I don't think we have any early. Maybe it's worth it to start on blue for the bounce off, but regardless. Green. Opponent took a mulligan, notably. It's always good. Nice. And we naturally have our colors. It's so ridiculous. Okay, look, the games are going to be great. They get to start their engines. We are going to play our second green and hide the fact that we have a white splash. No need for them to... I guess I could have attacked there. That's a misplay on my part. They started their engines. We're a late game deck. I probably should be more aggressive when I have a chance, because here they're gonna... Oh, no? Okay. Pass. Great. Oh, man. I mean... Let's just play it out. Draw a card? Yes, please. Let's go ahead and grab our Midnight Mangler. Next turn, we can then do a 3 into a 2. I forget, do we have that for 1/1 counters? That's pretty good. This is on any creature or vehicle. That's big, but it's not brokenly big. I think it's better to just keep dumping our hand. And this will get us our next mana source, especially because we weren't able to draw it naturally. And we can be aggressive here, but we want to get to a point where we can hold up mana for a Gonosaur and for Keen Buccaneer. No attacks. End turn. Especially because Ranger's Refueler will get 2 1/1 counters, so it'll actually become a 5/5 with Caradora. But opponent has yet to play interaction, so have we. So let's see if they've got anything great. This has been a very defensive game so far. I probably should have pushed damage that first turn, but that's okay. I make mistakes, and this is a very complicated draft format. I'm absolutely loving the complexity. Gotta wash your mouth out with water after you drink coffee. You know, the microabrasions from the acidity. It's important. Don't take it for granted. Nice, they're gonna crew. Is this worth trading with? Do we have a good trade here? Not really. Are they just gonna play a fight spell now? They might. They still can. I think we're gonna take this hit because we can Agonosaur next turn. I guess we just Agonosaur, huh? That's terrifying. Okay. Them attacking with the 2/3, or at least thinking about it, makes me think they do have a trick, so we're going to go ahead and cast no blocks. Next turn, I think we'll hold up the Agonosaur to cycle, because we do get the extra points, the Ranger's Refueler. We're missing either one white source or one blue source. That's crazy. That's so crazy. I mean, we're missing 2 blue. If I just do this, we'll draw a card. If I do this, we'll draw a couple cards. Okay, let's draw a couple cards. Draw a card, discard a card, get a couple 1/1 counters. Nice. Let's go ahead and discard, I think, Sita, Pharma. These other cards are just way too powerful. We have a 4/5 now? Yeah. Let's make them use their removal. Or their trick, at least. It gains trample and indestructible. Let's go ahead. It's gonna be big. We got opponent to use their spin out that we called that they had. And let's go ahead and pass. Or opponent doesn't even know it's coming to them. Look at this, just the rare into the uncommon, into the rare, into the mythic rare, into the uncommon, into the uncommon. Just the overall card quality is so strong right now. Opponent, what do you have? So they have the indestructible trick, I guess. Do we just block with the Mangler and the Caradora? And then next turn, Riptide GEARHULK? Or do we just take the 6? I think we just take the 6. Yeah, let's just take the 6. Because we can also just play Sky Serpent Seeker and the Perilous Snare. Yeah, that's fine. Good draw. We know they have another trick. Neither of these have like flash or anything. I guess first things first, we should see what the trick is. So we go ahead and we attack with our 7/8. They'll block, they'll use their trick. Maybe I should have let myself get blown out defensively. Never mind, they don't have anything. Cool. In that case, let's just go ahead and play stuff out. They still have something, but I guess they could just be trying to crew. Let's get rid of this. It's better to get rid of the things they can crew with. I know that could have been used on something much more powerful. I need to remember that crewing is just instant speed anywhere. Yeah, that's fine. I know we're at a low life total, but I'm feeling fairly strong about our position. Opponent needs to play a creature in order to be able to crew. And they do have some creatures that can drain us for life. But I'm a little less scared to block now that we've seen them get down to so few cards without pulling off any tricks. Although opponent clearly knows in some capacity the advantage of not playing a trick defensively, but they did get blown out with the spin out. But they keep holding up the mana and one card in hand. I think at this point we just block. Granted, can't just block the Death Toucher on the 6/6 trample, we will die. Pass to attackers. Yeah, we'll take that. What do you got, opponent? Okay. Nothing. Is there a Wrath in these colors? I don't think so. Okay. That's fine. That was a scary card, I'm sure. They are not under a lot of pressure currently, which makes me wonder if it's worth... That's great. I kind of just want to play this. But I think this is also pretty good. Then again, we can just exhaust that for 4, draw a card. And then still have our blowout available. Let's go ahead and do this, see what we draw. Get it nice and big while we can. We will have the Mangler available next turn. If they have 1 removal spell. So I guess we bounce the Gibberic Omnivore and attack with Kiradora. Okay, that's fair. I forgot they could do that. That's on me. That's on me. We did nothing there. Okay, okay. Head in the game. Head in the game. This is what makes this so challenging as a format. Is there so many instant speed interactions. Scrap Compactor, that's really strong. They can kill either of my creatures right now. I really want to just bury their Debris Beetle and then start attacking them. But I guess we can't yet. Yeah, we have not been able to get in. That's why they got rid of our flyer. Because they want to keep us off of max speed for the moment. Because otherwise the Perilous Snare can really get dangerous here. They did not go for the Scrap Compactor. Opponent's playing smart. They recognize we're both getting down on cards. And they're not doing anything. Okay. God, I want to saddle so badly. I just don't think we can. I guess we can. We have a lot of damage on the battlefield at the moment. If we do this, we get rid of the Debris Beetle and we just go out swinging. What are they going to do? Now they have to kill the Riptide GEARHULK, you know? This might be aggressive of me. In fact, I think that is kind of aggressive of me. Let's saddle this for 5. You can kill it in response, that's okay. I'm attacking with it regardless. I know, I'm baiting you. Yes. Kill my 5/5, that makes me a 3/3. Or, they have a kill spell. That's brutal. Alright, there's nothing I can really do there for that. They get to keep their kill spell. Shoot. Alright, we got a little bit blown out there. Let's go ahead and attack, because we will have the 3/3 on the way back. We need to be applying pressure, and we need to be gaining speed. We are on a much shorter clock now than we were. You can use it if you'd like. You don't have the mana to, which is pretty nice. Okay, I think we attack again. Max speed. This is as sorcery, unfortunately. We are flooding a little bit. But you know what we can do? Sack this, draw a couple cards. Discard a card. Yeah, no, they're realizing they should have, yeah. That was smart on their part. Let's go ahead and cycle this real quick, just in case we are able to draw a trick. No, not quite. That's alright. In that case, we'll go ahead and play this. We'll go ahead and put a counter here, so it's a little bit more defensible. Next turn, they'll be able to draw the beetle, but at that point, I think we've got this covered. Preemptively good game, opponent. What'd I tell ya? Oh my goodness, rank up. Rank up. I was nervous for a minute there. That rock hard quality. Alright, the starting column was not as bad as I thought it would be. It gave us the double blue, double white when we needed it. We were still able to get to double green fairly easily, and we could discard it, which I honestly forgot that was a mode on it. There's so many things going on in this format. Alright, we have another turn 2 play into turn 3 or starting column as we need, and we'll be able to get our white source either from the starting column or something else later on. Just need to draw one land. Not quite a land, but we're getting there. Wow, look at them. I don't know if Point the Way is good in this format. I think it's cool in Commander. I just don't think it's great in Limited. It's just a ramp artifact. Wow, we drew nothing. That's actually so what are the odds? Yeah, we're at 50% chance of drawing a land. Oh man. Our opponent is also missing their land drops. There they go. They managed to hit one. Good for them. Gain some life, ramp a little bit. I'm glad they also have a turn 3 ramp artifact. That's funny. And it looks like they have a 1-mana removal spell. So let's go ahead and attack first. Nice. Now, there is a consideration there to play out the Keen Buccaneer. Hindsight's 2020, I should have. I want to keep up on mana because we have 2 of our 6 drops in hand and our 5 drop that whatever they play this upcoming turn, we can then Spike Shell Harrier it back to their hand. That being said, they can crew in response to get the Veloheart Bike as a blocker, which, again, this format has so many complexities, but that's okay. Especially, and if I was going to play starting, I should have played it first. That way we could level up our speed some more. But that's how these things go. Alright, opponent has a cycling card in hand. Very obviously a cycling card in hand. Do I get rid of the Broodheart engine? I'm really tempted to. Let's see what they do. We do need to keep an eye. They're in green. They could have the 4-mana flash situation. Nice. They just had a removal spell. Alright, in that case, I think we keep the pressure on. We'll go ahead and Keen Buccaneer. They can Surveil. If we play the Perilous Snare, get rid of something of theirs, and put a 1/1 counter, that'll be fairly strong. We are missing land drops though, and they're leaving us in the dust. Alright, well, I found something to use our removal spell on. Let's have this enter as our white card. Actually, we don't need white, we have the other. Let's have this enter as another green card then, I suppose. Yeah, green works. Opponent still has... Oh, I guess they can still crew. Yeah, I should have done the Keen Buccaneer on turn 3 and just started chipping in. I think that would have been a little stronger. Next turn we can use Keen Buccaneer in order to draw and discard to try to hit another land, because we can double that up with Sky Seeker Serpent, or, the third Buccaneer. Interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and ditch 1, 2, we'll have 3 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next turn we'll have 6 anyway. I think at this point we're gonna get rid of this. Let's have another blue source. Okay, opponent can reanimate things. I would love for them to reanimate the Zahur because it's not particularly strong here. That's great. Gosh darn. Ooh, that's real bad for us. But we can flood the engine it. And or Spike Shell Harrier it. Make them have to cast it again. Because this doesn't give hexproof, right? Yeah. Reduce their speed. Force them to decide if they're going to, or we add to the board. I kind of like the idea of just adding to the board here. Yeah, what are they gonna do? That was quite rough, but for now, let's make it so they can't attack us either. They're down to 2 cards in hand. I think we have higher card quality than them currently, although they're clearly just playing and splashing some ridiculous cards. Look at this, the double verges. Rare lands in their deck. Okay, removal spell, good. We can take a hit for 8. Don't mind that at all. They decide against it. Let's go ahead and play another one out. Yeah, just keep the pressure on. Even at 13, they're clearly feeling it with only 1 blocker on the battlefield. It's unfortunate that we're not able to pressure them a little bit more, but we're getting there. That Surveil is just giving them value. Unfortunate, but we had to remove the Aganosaur Rex. Crazy sleeves from the opponent too. Oh, I thought we had a real game going there, but I guess opponent disagreed. GG. Alright, we are 2-0 with our pile. So far we've hit great fixing for our games. Let's see if we can continue that. Of course not, but you know, we do what we can. I think this is fine. Sita Varma, Sita on turn 2, Keen Buccaneer turn 3, and then pray and hope for Perilous Snare, or we just pump her if we need to. Sorry, exhaust Keen Buccaneer. We're also on the play, which makes me want to have this 2 to 3 creature kind of play. These night markets are actually really good. I've really been enjoying them. God damn it. Okay. We'll have the double blue. We are lacking double white. Okay, opponent. No reason not to attack here, because our opponent's going to be able to attack in the air back at us. And there's always a chance that they don't block. They blocked. That's okay. General Hat must be like, you think I'm stupid. Oh. Opponent's playing some hardcore fixing. Nope, just grabbing themselves a forest. Interesting. I don't know if I would have done that. They also don't have mana up at the moment. I think the plan here is to attack with both. Right? They can't crew that. That would have been a big mess up. Okay, let's go ahead and double blue. Do I get rid of the Riptide GEARHULK? I can't. I absolutely can't. My heart won't let me. Next turn we can level up the Ranger's Refueler or Seat of Arma. That's pretty decent. Oh, we're missing double green. Okay. I kind of want to attack here, and when they double block, just flick something off. But if they triple block, we're in a lot of trouble. Or if they use the Marshal's Path Cruiser, because now they can. So we're going to go ahead and pass. Now the opponent has some stinkers on the battlefield. Things aren't going as well now as they had been the last couple of games. Opponent. Fair. We'll go ahead and activate this. My turn. Oh, baby. It's crew 5 for a 6/5. This can make things powerful. She can effectively one, so it's one. They can see what I'm doing. I've got 4, so it'll be 3. Put 3 1/1 counters on her, and then make everything else bigger. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Or we just play out the Midnight Mangler. They did nothing on turn 5. They probably have a trick. Maybe. We'll go ahead and pass. That's okay. Opponent's got a grindy deck, but we have some top-end cards in hand right now. That's a good card. Yeah. Do we bounce this to get in an attack? I don't think so. There we go. I do think we Perilous Snare the Migrating Ketrodon, though. That's pretty big. Yeah, they'll crew. That's okay. We're not attacking quite yet. Now the issue is they almost certainly have, again, the double green, double black. And that card will destroy the Perilous Snare and they'll get back the Migrating Ketrodon. I just don't think we can play around that, you know? For mana efficiency, I think we're just going to go ahead and pump her up a little bit, draw an extra card. Nice. Decline. Still have one open. Good for me. Let's start playing out some big boys. Notably, opponent again is not in the colors for a Wrath. Could be splashing, but it feels unlikely. We're gonna have to pass. Could really use a flyer. Is that their plan? I mean, sure. That's one way to use 6 mana. I think next turn we're gonna start attacking. Nothing? I mean, I guess we can see what we draw. We have so much mana. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I kind of want to just cycle that and put it on, but I also just want another 3/3. Is that it, opponent? We'll draw a card. Yeah. Spend your 6 mana. That's okay. Nice. And we're back to even. And guess what I got? I don't got a good follow-up, unfortunately, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Wow. Okay. Mill. What are they gonna get? The freaking rat? That's it? Opponent. If we top deck a white source, they are absolutely destroyed here. Okay. Yeah, opponents slow down entirely. I gotta be more aggressive. We did not top deck the white source, but that's okay. I think at this point we start just hitting them. Right? We've got the 3. The issue is the 6/5 is quite big. But they don't have good blocks otherwise. And they don't have a great crackback either. Let's go ahead and just attack. And we'll bounce their Marshall's Path Cruiser back into hand. They can kill the Autark, I don't mind. We'll have a 9/7. Or we can get another 5/5 and another 3/3. Just go wider. Getting my hands off of the keyboard before I accidentally click spacebar before I get a chance to bounce and blow them out of one of the combats. So let's bounce 6/5. Okay. Let's go ahead and bounce the 6/5 because I'm okay with the Engine Rat dying because that will continuously gain them some life. And this is just gonna make their lives a little bit harder. Yeah, you can double block. That's okay. It's a bad double block, but you know, whatever. Also fine. Down to 9. I think it's best for us to go wide here as opposed to tall. Freaking Autark Mammoth. It's so good. 6 mana for a 5/5 and a 3/3. It's hard to saddle, absolutely. But if you can, look at this value. We have 4 elephants right now. Bone's gonna get down to a little 6/5 and what? Kill the mammoth? And we just hit them with 3 of these elephants and they're dead. Opponent is currently staring down lethal. We're gonna Tarion. The whole point of Tarion in our deck is Tarion's gonna crew the Midnight Mangler for that final bit of damage. That's it. All right, General Hat. Is this it? Is this it? Can you beat the Elephant Onslaught? My trumpeting mammoths. Is there any flavor text to this card? No? Sad. I think this card would have some good one. And look at that little mouse there. Yep. That can resolve. Go get a basic land. Opponent's deck was not particularly well built, it doesn't look like. It's kind of just... They may have just not drawn some of the better cards. Okay. Migrating Ketrodon. That's pretty great. Okay, okay. We see a stabilization. Pass. They have 4 blockers. And so that blocks 1, that's 3, 6, 9. That is not enough to kill them. I kind of want to just Sky Serpent Seeker. Do I just do this now? And then we can still attack in for 9, 10, 11. It's not enough, but it's not bad. I'm trying to think if there's a reason to do this now versus at instant speed. I can't. I love that I'm not even playing out the 9/7. I'm so, I feel quite ahead. There's not much the opponent can do here, knowing what we have in our hand. Now, we do need to hit our other planes. That's fair. Or one of our white lands, in order to then be able to rip Tide. But, let's see, opponent. What do you got? I'm having too much fun. I'm very Timmy right now, just playing my big chonky monsters. Next turn we can just put away one of their big things. Just move in. If we put away like their 1/3 flyer, all of a sudden it makes it a lot harder for them to want to crew this in response versus the Ketrodon, so we'll probably go for like the Gibberish Omnivore or the Wreckage Wickerfolk, depending on how many more blockers they can get out. That's a good card. Okay, maybe we'll put that away. Probably not, though. Pass. Okay, okay, we're starting to see the value of opponent's deck. Ooh, let's go ahead and name white. And my turn. Oh boy. We'll still have enough mana to then cast Tyrion. Do I just swing for the fences? God, I want to. God, I really want to. Okay. We Riptide the Migrating Ketrodon. We attack with the Sky Serpent Seeker. Or do we Riptide the Agnosaur Rex? Attack and let them trade with it if they want. I think we get rid of the Ketrodon. Or opponent just might concede to this. They're looking at what we might do. Let's go ahead and bounce that. Yeah, crew in response. That's okay. We're gonna then play our big chonker. Oh, opponent. I'm just attacking you for 2 in the air. This is just very casual, very fun. Nice. We are now at max speed. Yeah, you can return it. That's okay. We're gonna go ahead and make this a little bigger, I guess. Yeah, I think it's best to actually make one of these two a bit bigger. Let's go ahead for the Vigilance. Pass. Alright. Now, can opponent get enough blockers? We added 2 more creatures to the board. They are large. Let's do the math real quick. Opponent's got 4 creatures. They're not going to be able to crew that necessarily, and we have so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 total creatures. If they block our 4 biggest, let's say that's Autarch Mammoth, Tyrion, Riptide, GEARHULK. Okay, they can block a little bit more. They can get a Ketrodon back to hand, but it doesn't matter. They're going to anyway want to play a 2 to 3, 4 drop. Maybe Engine Rat? God, I hope not. They need more than that. I think it's too little too late. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 current blockers. 1, 2, 3. So if they block our 6 biggest things, that'll be Tyrion, Riptide, Autarch, 4, 5, Sita, 3, 3. We'd have 3 more 3/3s and the 2/2. That's going to be 11 total damage. 1 more if we can get the Perilous Snare to go on. Okay, let's go ahead. Buccaneer. Perilous Snare. This is crew 2. We're going to go ahead and put this on this. I did the math right. Yeah. Yeah, I think I did. Crew. And that should be lethal. Opponent, I give you the choice of blocks. But I believe I've done the math in such a way, because I also didn't count in Midnight Mangler, did I? Maybe I did. I might be off by 1. That would be a shame. We'll see. Something math is for blockers. That's a good tagline. I might reuse that in just a moment. Okay, opponent is counting. They'll put, what, Agnosaur Rex? Math is for blockers. I told you I'd reuse it. I need to have something for the intro to the video, you know? some kind of hook. That was a pretty good one, you know, swing out with everything. If opponent was a paid actor, they would have immediately conceded as soon as I'd first said math is for blockers. Now that would have been good timing. Then I wouldn't have to edit it as much. Just save a whole lot of trouble on my back end. Speaking of, like, comment, subscribe, interact with me in the comments, ask questions. What do you want to see? What do you want to know? I am very happy to chat. Open book. Do I play this on white? If we do, we have to do it turn 3. We might need it for double green or double blue. Do we have double blue at all? We don't. We just have double green. I think I'm going to play it on green. I'll kick myself if we draw the snare, but snare is the only thing that punishes us. Caradora, I guess, too. God damn it! What are the odds? Actually, that's 1 out of 33 cards? 1 out of 33 cards, and I draw it? Can't even get my speed up or anything? God, that's brutal. Do we trade here? I don't even know. I'm still riding the high from the last game. Opponent's playing green-white. We'll probably need the bounce off when they're pummeling everything up on one big thing, and then they can defend the rider and blow me out. Yeah, you can take it. Wow. That's a good card. We're gonna bounce it. I should have. Oops. I should have done that for 1 more point of damage. Who knows if it'll come up. They can play that again, that's fine. We'll Spike Shell Harrier it. Hit them for a little bit more. I don't think there's anything here that hurts us too much. Nice. Ay. I think it's better to Perilous Snare the veteran. Oh? Shit, they have it. Crap! Yeah. What did I say? What did I say? Defend the rider. Of course they have it. Why wouldn't they have it? Is it better to get double white here? Then you may have each other creature become equal to it. It's probably better to just hold this. That's not. I'm all over the place. I messed up a little bit. Okay. The only thing that punishes us for getting rid of this land is going to be if we draw specifically the whatever it is. Does bounce off work? No, it doesn't work on artifacts. Okay. Oh, cancel. We'll block. They'll pump. And we'll trade. Sure. That's okay. Yep. Let's do this first. Let's then do this. Let's bounce that. Hit them for a bit. We no longer need the double white. We're gonna hold this in order to cycle it. Opponent has so many cards in hand. I don't feel like we're in a good position. But as long as they keep just replaying their veteran Beast Rider, we're okay. I don't know. It's a good card is the biggest issue. Fellow Hard Bike, they get to gain a little life. Now they can... Oh, okay. Okay, opponent. You gonna attack with it? No, it's automatically saddled. That's my bad. They thought about it. Let's go ahead and attack. Now that we drew this. Let's get this out of range. The Velohard bike. Let's go ahead and play this. Or do we cycle first? Cycle first and we can still cast a 4-drop. What 4-drops do we have? You know what? Let's play this, because we can crack it for the lands. And do that at instant speed. Let's do this now. See if we get our other white source. We did not. In that case, I kind of want to play this on white. We are out of cards. Opponent has spilled out most of their hand too. Not feeling too bad, but that veteran Beast Rider. Oh my god, this card is so annoying. Defend the Rider. It gets me so many times. Yeah. Excuse me. My turn. Great. Let's go ahead and sack, draw. Cool. We're gonna swing in. You can go ahead and block, that's fine. I am so scared of that card. They're at 6 mana, 7 mana. Yeah, they could have made that thing real big. I think it's better here to just continuously start building our defenses a little bit. Let's gain a little bit of life. Should have held up the night market to cycle, but who knew we would be drawing so many lands? We're at 20% chance to draw a land now. Oy oy oy. They can pump, notably. Unless they were to crew that itself, but that's how it goes. They have a removal spell, fight spell. Well, bite, specifically. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Still can't attack well, but, you know, we're getting there. We're gonna Thopterist. Very nice. Put a counter on this, so we can start attacking again. I think we're gonna hold this. I don't know why. Do we have anything that might make it worth discarding? We have the Keen Buccaneers. That's a draw discard. That Beast Rider Vanguard is going to absolutely demolish us. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. This is not gonna go well. An opponent seems to have... I guess we know what they have. They're very quickly building defenses. Let's gain a life. A reason to hold that would be for Keen Buccaneer into Keen Buccaneer. We're at 17% land chance to draw land. And they got Caradora. But that Shiko's good in their deck. Yeah, let's see it. What's your worst? Do your worst. Oh god, opponent. We are fringe surviving right now. I think next turn, though, we still Perilous Snare the Thopter, unless they get something with reach here, because we want them on a 2-turn clock to at least put the pressure on them. Yeah, they'll get to untap stuff, they'll get to pump it. They can pump right now with Veteran, and they should attack. Oh, thank god they didn't. Opponent needs to be pressuring me while I've got nothing going on. Alright, 2-turn clock. Glory Heath Lynx is what's going to change that, but that's okay. They had the removal spell. Pass. I think they could tell we didn't have any stick. I should have held control there. Maybe we'll do it now. Make them think for a second. Yeah, that's free indestructible attack. No blocks. We want to get this up to 6 now. Oh, that blowout. We just have not drawn anything. 12% chance to draw a land. Thank God. Something. Ginormous. Let's play out another blue source. Okay. I think we're still dead on board here. Oh my god, if they keep drawing cards. It's crewed automatically. That's so terrible for us. It's a 8-4. A trades. I would have made this a 4-3. Yeah, see what you're gonna draw next. Or pump it up. Whatever you want. We're so dead, but opponent has just... There we go. They realized it. Good for them. Okay. Need to kill this. But we're also just dead. We do this, that's 5, 6, 7, 5, 9, 6, 7. Yeah, lethal. If we do it like this, we are still just dead. Good game, opponent. Wow. Wow. How many lands in a row did we draw? We have all of our lands out. Ugh, variance. I curse you. It's brutal. Shake these off. We shake it off. Shake it off. We're 3-1. We're doing great. What time is it? We're doing great. Reina Roja. Roja? Roja? Can you tell I took French in high school? Okay. Mangler, Blowout, Snare, Aetherdrift. Hopefully our snare won't get blown out. Jesus. Can they saddle this? That's gonna be so rough. Of course they can. Okay, so maybe we blow out next turn instead. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the plan. And maybe I should have done that beforehand to see what I drew. Just in case it was another tap land. A little bit of a misplay. Now we can get our Keen Buccaneer down. Stop this district mascot from really kind of doing its thing. Because we don't want to play Perilous Snare until it's off the battlefield. Or until we're able to, you know, put up with it. Are we Thoptering here? It's mana efficient. Or we can Sky Serper Secant. Let's go for Midnight Mangler. Stick? Nope. I guess I should have attacked first. Oops. See, now they might crew this in order to destroy the Mangler. That opens them to a big counterattack. It also sets them behind. We're trying to bait the opponent here. That's fine. That is so fine. Really, opponent? I mean, is this bad for us? Like, not at all, right? Let's just trade blows back and forth. I guess we don't want their engine started with Binwixed out, but like... Binwix is a decent blocker. So we bounce it and then we just attack in for a bit. Yeah, that's okay with me. Let's go ahead. Spike Shell, just kind of tempo them. Consideration there to attack with that as well, but I like it. Would that have been better? Attack in with the 3/3 and just be defenses down. They'd be able to attack for free with District Mascot, but what could they play? Wow, natural teamer. Notably, they have been behind on lands. I should have noticed that and attacked with all. That's my new official thought process. This can happen regardless. Yeah, just at any point. I think that was a really good move, the roadside blowout on the District Mascot. I think that fully set them behind tempo-wise. We're doing well so far. Okay. Pretty decent. Yeah, all good. Uh-huh. Opponent still has something here. Bounce off? Maybe. we'd get the loot regardless. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Do I just like attack and then play this? Great. They didn't do anything. For 1 blue mana, what could they have? Not even a bounce off. Okay. Beat this. I think opponent's just trying to get to max speed so their Endrider Catalyzer can make them some mana, which is a little sad, and I do feel bad, especially because they seem to be having some trouble, but this is where we just need to start beating in. Yeah, District Mascot's not good against this. I'm sorry, opponent. I've had mana trouble too, you just be better. Yeah, be better. Alright, we're making great time. I've got 20 minutes until I have to log off. I think we can trophy in that time. Just give me some more games like that. That would be great. Fueled by a diet of Aether. Quick beasts are capable of shockingly quick movement and are able to carry their riders across treacherous terrain for days at a time without rest. Their speed is how they protect themselves. That and magically enhanced armor and weapons. Have y'all heard the theory of evolution? The idea being that the antelope is one of the fastest animals on the planet. It can run over short distances at incredible speeds in order to evade its predators. But humans have the highest endurance of all mammals. And in that sense, the antelope would get away with us, but we would track it over days at a time, forcing it to continuously sprint until it got so tired that we would be able to catch up and just take over. It's a crazy one. Big fan of it. This is a bad hand. It's a really bad hand. I really want to keep it. We're doing okay. Let's see how this goes. If opponent's playing an aggro deck, we're screwed. Okay. Maybe we're screwed. We're drawing the lands, you know, that's all we need. Ah, speed. White. Okay, opponent, if you have a 3-drop, I'm in big trouble. I'll take the 1. Yep. Another 1-drop. Let's go ahead and bounce the Scurryfoot so that next turn they can't just cast it and let them do their thing. That's actually a pretty good draw. Okay, we take another 3. Now if opponent has removal, we're not like doing well. But I'm really hopeful that we can just stick this. They've got something. They've got something, that's for sure. Of course they have removal. Yeah. Always leave it to opponent. Okay, next time they can anyway Scurryfoot and play something else. So I think here we're just gonna go with... I should have played the planes, I don't know what I'm doing. Spike Shell, let's go ahead and bounce. 2 mana play. Tax their mana a little bit more. So they have to draw land here if they're gonna Scurryfoot and play it. Of course they do. Yep. Yeah. I mean, let's just go ahead and bounce. Do I bounce the Scurryfoot though? I guess not. It's almost better, I feel like, to just... Yeah, let's just play this out. The big monster again. Now if they activate the Scurryfoot, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I know what you're doing. I'm not a fool. Yeah, activate it. Go ahead. Make your 3/3. The consideration here, I think we're just going to bounce the token. That's fine. This is 4 colorless. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, baby. Guess we do... Really need that land, didn't we? I mean, we'll play this. It's pretty big. Hard for them to deal with. Set them back another turn. 2, 4, 6, 7. Let's go ahead and attack. They could have had the exile, but if they had it, they would have just cast it next turn and we would have been in trouble anyway. We need to put pressure on them. That's a great card for them to draw. They can start wheeling and getting permanents. Yep. Balls to the wall, opponent. What do you got? Now, it only works with a permanent card. So we know they don't have any tricks up, at least. Greenbelt Guardian. Okay. Notably, they do now have the 8 needed to block Aganosaur Rex. Ooh. We can blow them out, though. I think we do. Now, we could get rid of the Scurryfoot and then attack with the Rex. That's pretty good. It's actually not bad at all. With 1 mana? Okay. If we did 3 mana, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana left. We can still Thopterist and or Refueler and attack for more. If we do it for 1 mana, though, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana left over, and that's not enough to do much of anything. So let's go ahead and just do it for the 3. Prowess. Forgot about that. Sick. Forgot we also got to draw a card. Let's go ahead and play this. It's blocker. Yeah, that's fine. Jump it. Down to 4. I swear, like I said at the beginning of this draft, the card quality is just kind of off the charts. We have an uncommon, a rare, a mythic rare, and then a 2-body kind of common, another uncommon, an uncommon, versus here we have good cards, like, individually, just, they're not great. An opponent knows that. Good game, Sprubbles. Sprubbles? Sprubbles. We are 5-1. We made back the gems, well, gold that we used to enter into this, after all. It's a great way to convert gold into gems, is by being good at draft. And, you know, we did it with this incredible Bant deck that was super open, that I've been confident about from the very beginning. And definitely not just relying on the overall card quality of green. Oh, wow. Hey, Caradora, we haven't seen her in a little while. We have no white. 2 of our white cards. Opponent goes first. That's pretty rough. So we're turn 1. This is similar to the last game, where if we stabilize, we're good to go. The issue is, if our opponent has a 1-2-3 curve, we're in a lot of trouble. We drew another removal spell, that's pretty good. But we're looking for, on turn 3, to just starting column and then bounce off, presumably. Nice, they just have a 2-1. Let's see what we can get going. We can always Perilous Snare if we really need to on turn 4, but I'd much rather get down Caradora and go fetch, I guess, our Midnight Wrangler, just because we don't have the mana for Autarch Mammoth yet. I hate this card. Yeah, no, they can attack. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Yeah, untap it. Great. Great. Just what I needed. Okay, let's get double blue online. Let's go ahead and start in column. Now, if they have Defend the Rider for our bounce off, I'm going to be really sad. I considered playing it on our turn, sorcery speed, but it's just... Do we take 5 here? We don't take 5 here. Absolutely not. We make them pump if they wanted us to take 3. We make them replay it if they want to untap their Venom Sac Lagak. What a name. Venom Sac Lagak. I like it. I think it's fun. That is all fine, opponent. Wow, naturally drew the white source here. Is music loud to y'all? Sounds loud to me. They've got 1 green up. I don't trust it, but they didn't have it last time. Let's go ahead. Let's fetch. Wow, that is just. We're gonna lower that a little bit. There we go. Oh my goodness. We'll go ahead and grab. Actually, our Ranger's Refueler is really good. Yeah, we're not under a ton of pressure. Now they're probably going to hold up her pump ability. Never mind, they're just gonna go for it. Alright. So now do we go for the Perilous Snare in order to get back and fetch up another creature? That's kind of fun. I kind of like that, actually. You can also just play Tarion. There's not too much they can do about that. Here, if we play this, we can get the Midnight Mangler and have up a blocker. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be best. Take action. I'd love an Autarch Mammoth here. We do have the mana, but we just need to be playing some cards. Maybe Flood the Engine would have been better there. I'm not sure. These games are challenging. We are at 12. We're under a lot of pressure. We need to start trading things off. Opponent has not. We still don't really know what's in their hand. They haven't played a. Are they? They're caught up on lands actually. I think we missed our last land drop, so this might be. They've missed maybe 1. Yeah, they have a couple decisions here. Okay. Tyrion's looking real good right now. Quite juicy. Perfect. If we can stall the board, then we don't have to get rid of the Veteran Beast Rider. At least not yet. And then we'll still have 2 mana. That's pretty good. Pretty good if I do say so myself. And we're not quite ready to start being aggressive. I think once we are able to start tricking and trading off some things. This becomes 2/4. That's actually pretty great. They can saddle. That's okay. I don't mind. I think we would just trade Caradora. Because I'm more scared of the Beast Rider. Oh, and I guess they can still pump. It's pretty rough. I think we take the 2. We can take down Caradora. Not Caradora, the Veteran Beast Rider. No blocks. Yep, pump it. No? What do they have instead? They're gonna crack the Wild Roads? I guess they're gonna hold up the pump for our turn. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and shut it down then. Now, we can Riptide right now. I think we need to just slow them down a little bit. Beast Rider Vanguard is so good, though. I'd rather do this. We're gonna go ahead and exhaust. Draw a card. Okay. Now, next turn, what we can do... Yeah, they can't use her ability. Great. Next turn, we can bounce the Venom Sac Lagak, make it so that they're going to draw it again later, or Beast Rider Vanguard, and then we can bounce off something else as well, which is a good position to be in, and start working on getting our speed up so that we can draw more cards and get some more counters. Yeah, that's fine. Curious what opponent's plan is here. Do they have a fight ability? Are they... I guess that was a free saddle. Uh-huh. I can get them some value. So we're gonna go ahead and probably kill the Venom Saklagak right now. Good creatures, good creatures. It's actually not a big deal. You know what? Let's go ahead and bounce the Lagak. Swing in with Tarion. They're either going to likely chump or just take it. And this way we have the bounce off to use defensively or aggressively, depending on how they play. Yeah, they're going to be attacking us next turn. So we'll be able to bounce the Alacrian Jaguar or something. Now, there shouldn't be a way to discard our cards. I think we'll hold the forest, though, because of those, whatchamacallit, the vigilant creatures, Keen Buccaneers, that let us discard, draw and discard, as well as starting column. We'll get there. Yep. Interface Ace to saddle the Alacrian Jaguar. They have the Daring Mechanic. Let's see how they attack first, and then we can start doing the math, because they have so many exhaust abilities, and one counter abilities, and this and that. And who knows what they top decked. And we can always bounce off our Riptide GEARHULK in order to just send something else of theirs back, or to use Karadora's ability to fetch ourselves an Autarch Mammoth, which actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. We would not be able to cast both her and an Autarch Mammoth. We could certainly try. Is that it? Opponent? Really? Yeah, I guess I'll trade for that. That was weird. I guess they have Beast Rider Vanguard to, like, continue going through their deck, but this seems like a good trade for me. Yeah, go ahead. You can kill the 5/5. I trade my 5/5 for your 6/6. Granted, it's a 4/4, but still. Do they have the Wrath? What's the plan here? Yeah, just Beast Rider Vanguard. That's what I thought. Nice. We have Thopterist. Let's go ahead and attack. They have to start jumping at some point. And ideally we'll be able to blow them out. Do they have Defend the Rider? Okay, because that would have blown me out a little bit. But this is fine. Yeah. Let's get our Thopterist online. We can start hitting in the air a little bit. And we'll continue holding the forest. I know the forest would be helpful so then we could Karadora and do the Autarch Mammoth. But at this point, we are just getting aggressive. And they're going to get the Venom Saklagak back soon. So I would like to just maintain our aggression for a little bit longer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. They can kill it if they would like. I do not mind. They might just take it here with the plan of getting the Death Toucher back next turn. At this point, we'll play at a land now that we have 2 in hand. Probably going to be an island, or a forest, I mean, just because we have harsher restrictions on our green mana than our blue mana in general. Yeah, gain a couple of life. Great. They get the Venom Saklagak back. Which they can, like, triple block to get rid of our Riptide GEARHULK, but I think that's going to be worth it at this point. That's annoying. That was a perfect draw for them. Okay, that's not bad. We no longer have our car, though. Yeah, I think we got to pass here. I am going to do this at instant speed in case they draw some kind of fight effect and they don't use the Death Toucher. I'm not sure what the reasoning might be. This will help. Oh, baby. Alright, let's go ahead. They can put a 1/1 counter on this at instant speed, which makes it a 4/4. They can do that how many times? 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Haha, they can only do it once. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's get that. Let's get our engine started. Max speed, baby. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ooh, that's good. That's good stuff right there. Autarch Mammoth. GG's opponent. Yeah, you can go ahead and get something. I don't mind. Now, there's the consideration. If they do have the Wrath in their deck, we are getting ourselves into a lot of trouble here. And so we might want to start holding back some of the creatures we might draw, accumulating card advantage, especially with such a wide board. But opponents just throwing things out there, and in green-white it seems unlikely to play the Wrath. Spectacular pileup, it's 5 mana, all creatures and vehicles lose indestructible, and then destroy all creatures and vehicles. It also has cycling for 2, which makes it incredibly powerful in a bad situation. They can use Beast Rider, Vanguard, or Daring Mechanic. Let's go ahead and draw for turn. That's great. At this point, 4, 5. I'm gonna start getting in the air. Do they have any reason to get max speed? The Swift Wing Assailant, I suppose. Let's go ahead and sacrifice to draw. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Opponent, can we kill you? Bum, bum, bum. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot that Caradora was giving us double 1/1 counters. I was looking at this and I was like, wow, these are big. This is great. That's ridiculous. That's so funny. Okay, if that's how they block, I think we just win. Let's go ahead and show off on our Riptide GEARHULK. Look at this, double the counters, double the fun. We have our 7/10 indestructible double strike trampler that goes and hits for the win. Well, what do you mean I can't have double white, double blue, and triple green in the same deck? Bant nonsense. Oh my goodness. 6-1. I don't know who could have ever doubted this deck. We are chugging right along, and we are 1 win away from getting our first trophy of the season. Deck is absolutely beautiful. Look at this incredible curve. Got a true piece of work, I guess one might say. In any case, we're going to dive into the queue and see if we can snatch this trophy. Games have been going pretty well so far. It's a complex format, but I enjoy that kind of level of tight gameplay. Got to get back into the mindset. Ready for this. After all, once we achieve a rank badge, we can't lose it until the season ends. Thanks, Arena. Von Wang is our opponent with a really cool Vivian avatar. That is badass. We have kind of a junky starting hand, but we have all our colors and we have a 3-drop. We're on the play, removal, ramp. We'll try it out. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. Let's go ahead and enter that in on green in case we draw our 2-drop Simics. Either of our 3 of them. We did not. Let's go ahead and play this on white. So now we have all 3 of our colors. Opponent's going to get a little bit of an advantage here. They're red-green, which is a scary aggro deck. You are a turn too late, sir. But that's alright. We'll go ahead and get on the board. Next turn, we can start in column if we feel like we need the mana, but I think getting on the board is going to be a bit more important and certainly more impactful. Wow. Okay, we have a Jund 3-color pile. against our Bant 3-color pile. Does the opponent have a removal spell right here? What, Lightning Strike? Not a bad idea. We might. There's certainly a chance that we just exhaust Keen Buccaneer so that we can draw a card. Oh man, they have Bastronaut. That card is so good. That card is dangerous. This is going to use up blue mana? Alright, in that case, I think we're going to starting column. Bastronaut's good, but I really want to hit our land. So let's go ahead and try this out. Gross. Hate to see it. You are too expensive right now. We'll go ahead and attack. If they want to trade, I don't mind. Yeah. Get rid of the Boom Scholar. The Bastronaut's dangerous, but I'm not too worried about it while we have the Blowout and the Flood the Engine. We also got our loot out of that. We'll get to go ahead and attack here, but we're behind anyway. Alright, opponent turning on their speed. Wow, can't draw land for anything. Alright, in that case, I think we just need to go ahead and set them back a little bit here. Let's go ahead and bounce the Molt Tender. Just hurt their mana a bit more. Hit our land drop. It's unfortunate that it's our white source. We are a little bit starved for blue and green at the moment. They hit their first black source. Wow, they are going for it. Alright, this might be a Nimble Thopter's turn just so we can get some blockers down. Yeah, especially without that other land. That hurts. But now we have a little bit of blockers. Slow down their attacks. We'll see how they decide to swing. Probably with the Elvish Refueler, the 1/1, and Bastronaut anyway. Oh, gross. Alright, we're taking a beating. Not going well. This is not going well. Attack with their 1/1s. Oh man. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Alright, so we'll go ahead and trade here, I think. We need our mana to be fixed. Especially now. So now Bastronaut and House Squad Heavy are both huge issues. Wow, can we really cast this? That's insane. Let's go ahead and cast this. Just get it out of the way. Crazy that we can cast our hardest card. We're going to put away, I think, the Bastronaut here. House Squad Heavy is going to continuously make them 1/1s, but they can't really attack into us with anything, except for their, of course, 6/5. Oh, Jesus, opponent. Slow down. This has been all gas and no brakes. We had a slow hand, but I guess we shouldn't have traded there. They haven't played a single other exhaust card except for the Elvish Refueler. Yeah, no, this is the right attack. I'm just Dobbs. I don't even know what we can do here. Yeah, we can't jump. What are our outs? Double bounce off? We don't even have the mana. We technically do, but okay, there's a bounce off. That'll leave us with 3 mana. This is so rough. It would be better to do Sky Serpent Seeker, and Perilous Snare, I suppose. We're still at 1, so we're dead either way. Yeah, they have Menace. That's just going to be game. Completely rolled by our opponent. They're 1-drop. Hey, 1-drop and then Boom Scholar, Elvish Refueler, House Squad Heavy. They have rares, they have uncommons. They've got their other rare. Alright. Oh, that's right, the Bastronaut. That was problematic. Goblins have haste because they have max speed. I don't know what they're counting. Just swing out. You need 1 damage. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, that was a mess. That was unfortunate. We drew a singular land out of all those turns, too. Opponent hit all their land drops, cast all their spells. I'd like to say part of that was variance. Definitely could have played it a little bit better. In hindsight, with such a slow hand, maybe we shouldn't have allowed them to trade off their 3/3 for our 3/4. In the moment, though, it wasn't a bad decision. We wanted to apply pressure anyway, but no, it certainly wasn't the best choice. Okay, we have our Sky Serpent Seeker early on. We have Bounce Off, and hopefully we can get our 4th land to activate it and have Snare online. It's these the curve outs. We have a little bit of a clunkier deck. 6-2. This is the final game. This is for all the marbles. Our opponent is deciding on whether or not to keep. Thanking our lucky stars that we have a hand. Alright, Thornwood Falls. We're winning. We're at 21 life. Go. Alright, let's see what Gearhulk is doing. They're playing red. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get our double blue online first because we have more blue spells in hand, although green will come in handy later. 1 red mana cycling spell, or is this the burn spell, 2 damage? Road Rage, that's what it's called. Alright, unfortunate. Especially because we drew the 4th land that we need, and we are a bit slower here. Wow. Straight into their haster. That's unfortunate, but, you know, let's see if they can keep applying this pressure. Ideally, they just go for the level up here, and we can bounce it back, set them back on tempo, buy ourselves a turn. Yeah. It's just the discard outlet, though. It's not the haste. Nice. We can ramp. Fortunately, we didn't have that last turn, but now we'll have our Perilous Snare for next turn. We'll also have our Spikeshell Harrier as well as our Bounce Off. Do they have artifact removal? Just waiting? What are they doing? Wow. Opponent with all of the answers. That's okay. God, they even held it up and they're fine. Yeah. No blocks. You can take that back. I think we hold this because I want to bounce something of theirs. We want to get the hit on tempo. It has haste. They'll swing in for 2. But I want to make sure that we are playing out our threats accordingly. 'Cause I'd hate to play it, they cast another Sky Crash something or other. That's a crazy card. Creature or vehicle. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Start our engines. Opponent still has... They do have black mana. Gotta remember that they can make us discard at any time. Maybe it would have been better to play out the Spikeshell Harrier just to try to keep up. But that level of card advantage, it's not a great card because it is triple red, but if they can cast it, that is powerful. They're at max speed. Nothing? Oh, perfect. Yeah, cast something. Great job, opponent. Now, let's cancel. Let's first things first, bounce back this Mako. Cost 1 mana. Set them back a turn. They've got something. Something likely with cycling. They've shown us 1 cycling card at least. That's pretty good. But I do think Spikeshell Harrier here is going to be better. Is this another Sky Crash? I'm waiting to see. If it is, Spikeshell Harrier might be the better target for them. But it depends on what they decide is best. Now they have Mako to cycle if they'd like, and they're going to. I think that's a smart play. We have a 4/4 on the battlefield. It's unlikely they can cycle enough to get past it. Opponent, what you got? What are you doing? Pact Altera, that's a good card. Back on max speed, just like that. Now, if they play out the 2-1, if they do, yeah, okay, so they have some kind of trick. Likely the maximum overdrive, which makes me want to just play out more creatures, stabilize our board state. Yeah, I think that's the right plan. Let's go ahead and cast the Keen Buccaneer. Let's go ahead, cast the Ranger's Refueler. Keen Buccaneer, we don't want to loot right now, so I don't know why I tap my mana so carefully. But it's clear they have a trick. And I don't want to fall into it quite yet. Unless they've got something else in hand? I assume maximum overdrive. Oh, lightning strike. Okay. We'll activate, blow out their trick, draw a card, nice, and then draw and discard. Perfect. I did that perfectly. I knew they would do that. That's why I left open the mana to activate it. And I definitely remembered that activating Exhaustibility drew me a card, and so then I would draw and discard and not just throw out my Autarch Mammoth. Of course. See, now, again, I think that this is the maximum overdrive trick, in which case I'm kind of okay with racing here. They can go ahead and get this through. Now, if they have the pedal to the metal, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 mana, they could do an additional bit. They still have a trick in hand. We're not sure what it is, but oh, perfect. We have an insurance policy now, even better. So let's go ahead and attack. Now they can still put 2 counters onto this. I don't mind that at all, because we'll have our Autarch Mammoth on the way back. Let's start getting some max speed. They're checking, what might we have? Is there anything on board they need to worry about? We go to damage. Awesome. I don't mind that one bit. Let's go ahead, play out our Mammoth. We now have a couple of extra blockers, and whatever they try to pump next turn... Is this just another Lightning Strike? I think they could have... Whatever it is they try to do, once they waste their mana, we'll then be able to bounce off to protect it. Now, we could always use bounce off defensively, but it's usually better to blow tricks out as opposed to use them in a defensive manner. Especially because the opponent has so much more open mana on their turn. And we need to be careful here. Let's see what they're going for. Crash and Burn, deal 6. I think that's okay. Go ahead, opponent. Hit me. Do it. It's unfortunate. We could have tried to protect it. I think it's going to be better to blow out more of a 2-for-1 situation. Because we don't want to have to recast Autarch Mammoth. That'll set us behind on tempo. We hope to draw with Ranger's Refueler next turn and draw something good. Although, I suppose casting and getting another 3/3 is not bad. Nice. Should have used the white mana there. That's okay. I guess if we draw Caradora, then... Definitely shouldn't have used the green mana, I suppose. They can pump twice. Is this aggressive? Yeah, it's aggressive. I shouldn't have attacked with the 3/4. What am I doing? They have a 3/4 as well. Okay, maybe they'll think we have a trick. It should have just been the 2 4/4s. But that's okay. This has been a long draft with some very complex cards and interactions. I'm glad we remembered to crew. Nice. Opponent assumes we have something. Wow, they go down to 3. Which is actually terrifying. If they full out attack next turn, we are going to have to block and then bounce off the last creature, most likely. Because they might have the pedal to the metal trick. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. This, they can put... Okay, we're gonna block. We're gonna block. What do they got? Whatever they have, we can blow it out. In worst case, we can also just take some damage. Because this, they can only pump six times. Or 3 times, excuse me, because they have 6 mana, so that'll be 8 total. Wow, pedal to the metal. Oh my god. Am I good or what? Good game, opponent. That's our first trophy. Incredible. Look at that. We had a pretty mediocre hand as well. Our first trophy. Our rank up into gold? Yo, I think that's an achievement we're about to hit. Look at that. Going for the gold. And that's exactly what we did with this deck. It did not mess around. We went for the gold in terms of just look at the card quality here. We have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rares? 5 rares and mythics rares? That's incredible. And then in addition to that, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nah, none of these stinkers. 8. 8 uncommons, 5 rares. That's fantastic. All in all, the deck, we splashed a lot. The triple green is incredibly difficult. The double white, double blue, just kind of a crazy deck in terms of fixing. I think green is the way to go if you're going to be fixing. While we didn't have like Molt Tender or the Veloheart Bike, the vehicle that taps for mana of any color, starting column actually played quite a role in this deck and was surprisingly good once we hit max speed. We didn't really have a lot of good max speed payoffs, but the Perilous Snare made sure that we were always thinking about it, and in that sense we made sure we'd have it, which just kind of gave us raw card advantage off of starting column. Otherwise, just some key players. Keen Buccaneer is a fine card. It's decent. 3 mana, 2/3 Vigilance, and then you pay 2 more mana to draw a discard and make it bigger. It's great. Bounce Off, again, tempo, tempo, tempo. This is not card advantage. You're setting them back by 1 turn. Barely. You want to use it to blow out a trick or protect your own creatures and vehicles. That way you're actually getting card advantage. You're making your opponent waste cards on it. Sky Serpent Seeker didn't get to shine in this deck. We didn't have any bite effects, but was very good. Autarch Mammoth, what a house. My god. This isn't even talking about some of our ridiculous rares. Seed of Varma didn't play out super well. I do recognize I should not have gone into blue-green. This shouldn't have pulled me into that direction. We should have stayed a little bit more on the line, but it worked out. Overall, the deck was clearly fantastic. The verdict is trophy. We had an incredible showing with this, and I think it's definitely one to at least keep in mind. Just high-quality cards, fixing. You can do anything in a draft format. Well, I think the deck speaks for itself. I think the trophy speaks for itself. And with that, have a wonderful day. Hey, you. Yeah, you. You should watch another video. Yeah, click that one right there. That's a good one.